The history of the flute goes back thousands of years at the time of the Puebloan people. We call them Mukuch, the ancient ones that lived. They harnessed the elements that make up this world, which is one of the elements is the wind. And the wind could be fierce and strong, and other times it could be calm and soft and warm, and in such a way that it lets us know it's around us. And so the ancient ones must have harnessed that energy by listening to the tree. As the wind blows through the trees, it creates a sound that almost like a whistling effect. And I think that gave the idea of the flute player to harness that energy. And the Hopi people call one of their Kachina god dolls the flute player. Kukapele is one of the Kachina god dolls that the Hopi people have, and is part of their clan as well. And so going back, it is written on the rock art through the canyons of the flute player. His written on the rock art by telling stories of the flute player. He brought the rain and it brought the corn, and combined these elements to give us the nourishment to survive. So the flute played an important role in bringing the harmony and a balance, and as well as what, if you listen to it, it stabilizes you and balances you out and give you a better understanding of a focus on what you're doing. And so the flute is that energy to reach inside you and grab that inner spirit that we all have to heal, and it's that very connection that ties the human being to things around us, and it heals us in such a way that makes us understand who we are, and gives us a better idea of how we can focus and see things. And so there are other side effects to these arts, whether it be the pottery or basketry of the indigenous people. There's always that fine line you have to be careful of not to cross. And if you do, you'll face consequences, and whether it be your own self or your family. So we have to be careful in what we do and not to disrupt that balance. And that's the misconception of Native American art. And so you have to be careful how you play the flute, and it's meant for a good reason. And so it's like a balancing act. You have to play it to a good, positive side. And if you don't, you'll tilt to the bad side, which will cause chaos and destructions, which is happening now because people don't know what they're dealing with. And so the history of the flute is one that goes back to a time when the people would gather together